Good afternoon, students. This is Mr. Verzette, and today we're going to talk about drawing with confidence. What is that? Well, confidence is a self-assurance in one's abilities. Drawing, we all know what that means. It's to draw forth, to pull out, to get what's in here on paper. So, some characteristics of that include the following. Let's just break down a little theory here of mine. I believe, personally, from experience, that confidence and talent, you could say skill, confidence and talent, the kind of talent people are born with, they just have a natural aptitude for something. They pick up their pencil and bust something out really crazy. You'd see it with basketball players. You'd see it with people who are great with math, people who are awesome musicians, people who are naturally inclined or gifted towards doing something well. Those kind of people, talent is separate from confidence. Confidence is an assurance in it. I believe personally that a confident artist, someone who is learning something, learning art, they've never done it before, I believe that an artist who is just starting, that starts with confidence in here, will actually gain more skill quicker, way faster. So it's important that you're confident in what you do. All right? So how do you do that? Well, first of all, learn how to control your tools. Learn how to achieve control. If you've never done anything before, for example, if you've never dribbled a ball, you will become more confident if that ball bounces off of your foot and goes flying off in the air less often than if you were when you dribble and it doesn't do that. That takes practice. So learn how to control your tools. If you want to draw a line in art, same thing. A confident person, we can actually look at the line work to tell how a person's mind is when they're working. Kind of like handwriting analysis or detective work. But if you're going to draw a line, do it. Do it. Don't sheepishly just get in there and make teeny little scratches. Get in there and draw that line. Do it. Get confident. That's the way that you get better. You don't get better by doing half of a dribble, all right, and or a third of a dribble with your basketball. You get better by actually dribbling, by doing it with proper form and technique. So get in there. Do it. Heck yes, you will get better, I promise you. All right, here's another one. Watch where your pencil's going. A lot of us, we focus on, where our pencil is at on the paper, and our eyeballs are plastered right on the tip of the pencil. Don't do that. Don't do that. Focus on where it's going to go. You need to look at where you're going. If you're driving down the road, constantly looking at the nose of your car, you wouldn't see the parked semi-truck in front of you. You would have a bad accident. Look and see where your pencil's going. And believe it or not, your work will actually get better. Seriously. We'll look at some examples too. All right, here's another one. Work your mistakes that you make into your piece. You will always make mistakes. I always make mistakes. Seriously. And I draw in pen a lot. And if I always make mistakes, I can anticipate a mistake when I'm drawing in pen. So I need to know how to take that mistake and turn it into part of the piece. Hide it. Adapt it. Work it in there. If you get that kind of a mentality as you're drawing, even with pencil, and you force yourself to adapt, I promise you will grow. As a matter of fact, I'd actually recommend that you hide your eraser or snip it off the top of your pencil as you work, forcing you to jump into that cold water and learn how to swim, so to speak. So, all right, here's another one. Don't be afraid of the dark. Seriously, when we get into value shading, learning how to make things photorealistic, a lot of people are afraid of black. Their work is very light. Don't be afraid of the dark. Add all that extra darkness to it. Make sure there's lots of bright white parts too. So let's go into some little bit more detail over here. If you look in the corner, here's an example of what some line work looks like that's confident. It's unbroken, meaning it's not tiny little chicken scratches and such. It's unbroken. And even this circle over here, it's sketchy. Sketchy meaning you go over the same area more than once. But it's one continuous line. So the more you do that, it's kind of like shooting free throws at a basket. If you shoot a free throw, you launch it from the free throw line, and it goes through the thing, and you have to go back and get the ball and set up and do it again. Well, imagine if you could just bam, 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 shoot like 20 baskets in like 10 seconds really quick because you don't have to go back to rebound. Well, same thing with sketchiness. If you do sketchiness in your work, meaning you do multiple passes over that line without breaking your line work, you will be essentially doing 10 free throw shots in a second, as you're practicing. So don't allow your pencil lines to break. That'll teach you to become confident, and confident artists do that. All right, looking at where your pencil's going, here's a picture of a smiley face in a circle. The pencil is where the pencil is drawing. The circle crosshair bullseye thing is where the eye should be as you're working. So keep your eye a couple of inches ahead of where you're going, and that will force you to look less at what you're doing and more at where you're going, and your work will succeed. And finally, there's a picture of a strawberry-looking thing. Don't be afraid of the dark. Dark is your friend. Of course, you can use too much of it and burn out your piece, but don't be afraid of the dark. All right, non-examples, let's go over here. Chicken scratches. Same design as that little S-curve that we had over there in confidence, but chicken scratches. This is an example of insecure work, someone who's not confident. Get in there and do it. If you're going to draw a line, do it. Don't draw 100 tiny little lines. Get in there and draw a line. Dive in there and get it done, and that'll teach you to grow. And growth, just to let you know, is not comfortable. It can be painful at times. If you allow yourself to get comfortable, you will not get better. You need to force yourself outside of that boundary of being comfortable as you work, or else you will not grow. And unfortunately, a lot of the techniques in our class require growth before you get there. So allow yourself to grow. Force yourself to grow and be uncomfortable at times. Here, look at this circle right here. It doesn't look like a very good circle. It's kind of scratchy, chicken scratches. All right, so look over here. Focusing on the tip of the pencil, big no-no, because you're not looking where you're going, you'll miss where your line is going to end, where it's going to terminate. So if your focus is on the tip of your pencil, looking at that little bullseye there, man, you're going to miss where your line started. So, and also here's an example of being afraid of the dark. Not much shading in there. There is shading, but not much of it. And without that boldness, that darkness, it's not going to look cool. So be confident in your work, and allow yourself to grow. Allow yourself to feel uncomfortable, and you will get better, I promise. All right, as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in class.